Hey, my name is Say to Say, and I am a stutterer. I began stuttering at the age of 5 years old, and at the time, I didn't really think much of it until I was probably in the, I would say probably about fourth or fifth grade. And let me tell you, when I was like in the fourth or fifth grade, people like my teachers and stuff used to call on me all the time, and I used to hide. I used to hide myself. Like I used to sit all the way in the back, and I barely raised my hand to answer any types of questions because I felt embarrassed about my stuttering problem. I was embarrassed because I felt like people were going to laugh at me. I felt embarrassed because I thought I was not more so retarded, but I felt like I wasn't connected with the rest of the kids because the kids could talk fluently and they could talk really fast and they could get their point across in a fast way. And the way that I am a talkative person. And whenever I talk, I want to talk fast. And that kind of hindered me from talking the way that I really wanted to talk because then I would stutter over my words or crazy. And I used to hide the fact that I was going to a speech therapist at the school that I was going to. Every time the kids asked me where I was going, I never really answered. I hid that as like I kept that as a secret that I was going to a speech therapist at the school because I was embarrassed. Um, Whenever I would stand in front of the classroom and like do a presentation, I would be so nervous. I would be so nervous and so scared. And I would just stand there for like a few minutes or so. And then I would talk extremely low like this so that nobody can hear me. I would talk extremely low so that nobody can hear me stutter over my words. Um, as I got a little bit older, as I got a little bit older, um, well, I wouldn't say that I got over my speech problem, but I kind of became like a little social disoriented. I wasn't that sociable with others. I would kind of keep to myself because I felt so different. Um, I felt like nobody would relate to me. I felt like nobody would like me because I stutter. And all of those different things, like I think I missed out on a lot of things in my life because people invited me to things a lot. People invited me to different places, to parties and stuff like that. But I would just say no because I felt scared. And it wasn't more so of me feeling scared that somebody would, like, I didn't feel scared, like, as far as somebody bullying me. I felt scared in the sense of me talking to different types of people. I was afraid to talk to different types of people and get to know other people and others to get to know me. Um, that's how I was. So I was very social awkward. And I think that me being socially awkward kind of made people to feel a certain way about me personally. Um, what else can I say? Um, there were times when I would say certain words, and also when I said those certain words, people would laugh at me. and people would kind of joke about it and stuff like that, and I would get very upset because that part of me was very emotional. That part of me made me feel, it made me feel like I didn't belong. um, it made me feel embarrassed. It made me feel ashamed to be myself. Um, it just made me feel unconnected with a whole lot of people because they did not understand what I was going through as far as being a person that stammers. Um, Even when I did have a boyfriend, I would try to hide the fact that I stuttered. Um, After a while, my stuttering problem was eventually known. Um, and the thing about that is that people really don't care. I realize that people really don't care about you stuttering. If people like you, they will like you regardless. If they love you, they will love you regardless. And I totally understand the fact that when you are a stutterer, I realize that all people, like all people that stutter, we are very, very talkative. And the reason why that our stuttering makes us feel this way is because we want to tell our story. We want to talk about things that we want to talk about and don't have to worry about repeating the same words or sounds or syllables over and over and over again. And eventually, people kind of lose interest in what you're saying because you keep saying the same sounds or the same words or the same syllables over and over and over again, and it makes it difficult for you to say at least a sentence in a short amount of time. Um, but I also realize that if you don't think of your stuttering problem, then I promise you it would not be that much of a deal. I promise you, if you don't think of your stuttering problem when you speak, your stuttering problem will not be that much of a deal. And not only that too, but you have to stay positive. Positive thinking about your stuttering problem creates less stuttering for you. Not only that too, but when you are a stutterer, I would advise you to find your comfort zone when you are speaking. See me, when I speak, you can barely tell that I stutter. I probably stutter over a few words. And you might think, oh, that's just normal. But I used to be worse than this. Much, much worse than what I am now. And personally, I just have to say that if you are a stutterer and you are watching this, I just want to let you know that you are very special, and you should not feel embarrassed about your stuttering problem. You should not feel emotional and overwhelmed by your stuttering problem, because your stuttering problem is only worsened up because of how you think of it. If you don't think of your stuttering problem as bad as it is now, I promise you it will not be as bad as it is now. Um, and see me, I have stuttered over a few words now, but that's not going to stop me from expressing how I feel, and that's not going to stop me from being bold or having a personal conversation with my friends. That's not going to stop me. And the thing about this is that when you are having a conversation with someone and they look at you strange because you are stuttering, and or if somebody snickers because you stutter. Let me tell you something. Put yourself in their shoes, okay? Certain things are funny. I have to admit, some things are just funny. And if you was not a stutterer and you heard somebody stuttering over the words, sometimes the way that they say it is funny. Admit it. You just have to admit that. And that's not to say that they are making fun of you because you stutter. It's just that certain things are just funny at the moment. And you just have to sometimes laugh at yourself because you are funny. You are a funny person. You laugh at people all of the time. So why can't somebody laugh at you for saying something a certain way? Now, just because they laugh at you does not mean that they are literally laughing at you. And that doesn't mean that they don't love you or like you. And that doesn't mean that they don't respect you. It's just that some things are just funny. And if you take that personal, then personally, I think you have a serious problem. And you really, really need to work on your self-esteem when it comes to your stuttering problem. Because when it all bounds down to it, stuttering literally makes you have a low self-esteem. And when you have a low self-esteem about yourself, every single thing that people do, you are going to take offensive. Because you don't believe in yourself. And because you don't think that people will actually love you and like you for who you really are. When truly, people will love you and like you because of who you are and who you really are, which is yourself. That's what I want you to know. Now, one thing that I've been doing lately is I've been speaking with people, such as yourself, that stutter, okay? And I'm not saying that I am the best or nothing like that. And I'm not saying that I don't stutter. I admit that I stutter. The point is that I learn how to overcome my stuttering problem. I have learned to decrease my stuttering problem. So if it was people that are in worse situations than me, then I would want to help them to decrease their stuttering problem so that they could have confidence in their self whenever they are having conversations with people, whenever they are out in public with people. So why not learn how to decrease your stuttering problem and learn how to have a higher self-esteem than talking to somebody that is exactly like you? It just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It just makes perfect sense for somebody that is a stutterer to talk to somebody that is also a stutterer that have learned how to do all of these things and stay positive and can talk more fluently than before or than most of the people that stutter. Because a person that does not stutter personally, a person that does not stutter cannot understand what you've gone through. A person that does not stutter cannot connect with you on a more personal level. A person that stutter cannot tell you what you can do to help you decrease your stuttering problem on the more fluently level. That's what I want you to really, really understand. So if you are looking for some help in learning how to overcome your stuttering problem or learn how to decrease your stuttering problem, I would highly, highly suggest you choose somebody that is just like you, that understands what you are absolutely going through in your life. Anyways, I hope you found this video inspiring and also empowering, because I want to empower you to love yourself and to be yourself, because you're very special and you should know that. No matter what, your stuttering problem is who you are. Your stuttering problem is what makes you special. It's what makes you, you. Your stuttering problem is what separates you from the rest. Different is good. You don't want to be the same as everyone else. Different is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And you should know that. You should definitely know that. And even if you do stutter over your words, that doesn't mean that you should get discouraged and just stop talking. I talk all the time. And I stutter, as you can see. But is that going to make me stop talking? Is that going to make me feel a certain way? Hell no. It's not going to stop me from being my joyful self. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to stop me from being joyful. It's not. I refuse to. I've already went through that. So, anyways, if you're watching this video, join my page or check out my website at helpstopstammering.blogspot.com. helpstopstammering.blogspot.com. And just check me out. Let's go through this together. Let's inspire and empower one another. It's a wonderful thing. It really, really is. Alright? So, anyways, love yourself, be empowered, be inspired. Alright?